Ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up each day knowing that every decision, every action you take is building a foundation for the life you envision. Consistency is not just a discipline, it is the heartbeat of transformation. It's the silent force that pushes past excuses, transcends doubt, and carries you forward when motivation wavers. Consistency is the bridge between intention and transformation. It is the quiet force that carries your aspirations from the realm of imagination into the tangible world of results. Intention is the spark, the initial inspiration that lights a fire within you. But without the steady fuel of consistency, that fire quickly fades. Transformation, real and lasting change, requires more than fleeting moments of motivation. It demands an ongoing commitment to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vision you hold for yourself. When you set an intention, you create a blueprint for a better version of yourself. That blueprint is rich with possibilities and potential, but it remains just that potential until consistency breathes life into it. I think about this: every great achievement in history, whether personal or collective, was built upon the foundation of consistent effort. The greatest athletes, the most influential leaders, the most creative minds, they all share one trait. They showed up every single day, regardless of how they felt or the challenges they faced. Consistency works because it creates momentum. Momentum is not an overnight phenomenon, it builds through repetition. Each time you take a step, no matter how small, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of moving forward. That belief strengthens your resolve and generates a positive feedback loop. This loop connects intention and transformation in a continuous cycle where effort leads to progress and progress fuels further effort. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Consider how the human brain responds to repeated actions. Every time you repeat a behavior or thought pattern, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with it. These pathways become highways for your mind and body to follow. In the beginning, forging these pathways may feel challenging. Your old patterns may resist the change, and you might find yourself tempted to revert to what feels familiar. But consistency wears down that resistance. With time, the effort you put into new habits begins to feel natural, automatic even. The transformative power of consistency is amplified by its ability to align your internal and external world. When your intentions are clear and your actions consistently support those intentions, you send a powerful message to your subconscious mind: this is who I am becoming. That alignment creates coherence, a state where your energy is focused and directed. It's in this state of coherence that transformation becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Consistency also teaches resilience. It's easy to act when everything is going smoothly, but what defines true growth is your ability to stay consistent when challenges arise. Life will test your commitment. You may face setbacks, distractions, or moments of doubt. But each time you choose to stay the course, even in the face of adversity, you prove to yourself that your intention is stronger than any obstacle. That self-trust becomes a cornerstone of your transformation. It's important to recognize that consistency doesn't require monumental efforts. It's the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make daily that compound over time to create extraordinary outcomes. A single drop of water may seem inconsequential, but over time, consistent drops can carve through stone. Similarly, your consistent actions, no matter how small, have the power to reshape your reality. Transformation isn't the result of a single grand gesture, it's the accumulation of countless small efforts made consistently. Consistency builds character. It develops discipline, patience, and a deep sense of responsibility for your own life. As you stay consistent, you become someone who keeps promises to themselves. That reliability extends beyond your actions. It becomes part of your identity. You're no longer someone who wishes for change. You are someone who creates it one consistent step at a time. Your intention may be the seed full of potential, but consistency is the sunlight and water that nurtures it. Without consistency, even the most fertile seed will lie dormant. But with it, transformation is not just a possibility, it's an eventuality. Small, repeated actions align your body, mind, and emotions with your goals. The most profound changes in life rarely come from grand, sweeping gestures. Instead, they emerge from the accumulation of simple, consistent actions carried out day after day. These actions serve as the anchors that tether your intentions to your reality, creating a steady rhythm of progress. Every small step you take, no matter how insignificant it may seem at the moment, builds a foundation for the life you envision. When you engage in small, repeated actions, you create a pattern of alignment between your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Imagine your mind as the compass pointing toward your desired future, your emotions as the energy fueling the journey, and your body as the vehicle moving forward. Without alignment between these three, your efforts become fragmented, pulling you in multiple directions and stalling your progress. Repetition harmonizes these elements, ensuring that every part of you is working in unison toward the same goal. Your brain is naturally wired to respond to repetition. Each time you repeat an action, you reinforce neural connections that make that action easier and more automatic. At first, this process requires conscious effort. Your mind might resist, your emotions might waver, and your body might protest. But as you persist, the pathways in your brain become stronger, turning deliberate effort into instinctive behavior. This shift is crucial because it allows you to reserve energy for higher level thinking and decision making while maintaining momentum in your daily actions. The beauty of small, repeated actions is their accessibility. They do not demand perfect conditions or extraordinary resources, they only require commitment. When you aim to align your body, mind, and emotions with your goals, starting small ensures that the process feels manageable. For instance, if your goal is to improve your health, committing to 5 minutes of movement daily or choosing a single healthy meal is enough to start. These modest actions might seem trivial, but over time, their cumulative effect becomes undeniable. Each small action serves as a signal to your subconscious mind. It communicates your priorities and reinforces the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals. The more you repeat these actions, the more your subconscious begins to accept them as part of your identity. Instead of feeling like you are forcing change, you start to embody the change naturally. This internal alignment creates a powerful feedback loop. The more consistent you are, the more you believe in your ability to succeed, and the more you believe, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. Small, repeated actions also help you manage the emotional roller coaster that often accompanies big goals. When you focus solely on the end result, the journey can feel overwhelming and setbacks may feel catastrophic. But when you shift your focus to the present moment and commit to taking one small step at a time, you reduce the emotional weight of the process. Each completed action becomes a victory, a reminder that you are moving forward, no matter how slowly. Another critical aspect of small, repeated actions is their ability to create momentum. Momentum is not born out of a single effort, but from the consistent application of effort over time. Each action you take builds on the one before it, creating a sense of progress that propels you forward. This momentum becomes a powerful force, making it easier to stay on track even when motivation wanes. When your body, mind, and emotions align with your goals, you create a state of coherence that amplifies your ability to manifest change. This alignment ensures that you are not working against yourself. Instead, every thought you think, every feeling you cultivate, and every action you take moves you closer to your desired outcome. It's like tuning a musical instrument. When all the strings are in harmony, the sound resonates deeply and powerfully. Similarly, when your body, mind, and emotions are in harmony, your efforts resonate with your vision for the future. Small, repeated actions might appear insignificant in isolation, but their power lies in their consistency and accumulation. Each action contributes to a larger picture, bringing your goals into sharper focus and drawing your desired future closer to reality. True change occurs when you persist, even in the absence of immediate results. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, it can be challenging to embrace the patience and perseverance required for genuine transformation. The reality, however, is that lasting change is not a result of dramatic overnight shifts, but rather the culmination of consistent effort over time. The most meaningful progress often happens below the surface, unseen and uncelebrated, until one day the results emerge, undeniable and transformative. In the early stages of pursuing change, the absence of visible progress can be discouraging. You might question whether your efforts are making any difference, whether the energy you're expending is worth the outcome you hope for. This is a crucial moment, a testing ground for your commitment. When you continue to show up and put in the work, despite seeing little to no immediate reward, you are laying the groundwork for something far greater. This persistence is where the seeds of true change are planted. Think of this process like a seed buried in the soil. For days, weeks, or even months, there may be no visible signs of growth. But beneath the surface, the seed is absorbing nutrients, establishing roots, and preparing to break through the earth. The same is true for personal growth and transformation. Your repeated efforts, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, are strengthening the foundation upon which your future success will stand. Persisting in the absence of immediate results teaches you to trust the process. This trust is essential because the path to change is rarely linear. Progress often comes in waves, with periods of rapid growth followed by times of stagnation or even regression. These plateaus can feel frustrating, but they are a natural part of the journey. They offer opportunities for reflection, refinement, and renewed commitment. Trusting the process allows you to stay focused on the actions within your control rather than becoming fixated on outcomes that may take time to materialize. Another powerful aspect of persisting without immediate results is the impact it has on your identity. Each time you choose to keep going, you reinforce the belief that you are someone who honors their commitments and perseveres in the face of challenges. This shift in identity is critical for lasting change. It's no longer just about what you're trying to achieve, it's about who you are becoming in the process. This internal transformation is often the most significant and enduring result of your efforts. There is also a profound resilience that develops when you persist through uncertainty. Life is full of unexpected obstacles and setbacks, and the ability to stay the course when things don't go as planned is an invaluable skill. When you keep pushing forward, despite the lack of immediate gratification, you build mental and emotional strength. This resilience not only supports your current goals, but also prepares you to navigate future challenges with greater ease and confidence. True change requires a willingness to embrace discomfort. The absence of immediate results can be unsettling, as it challenges the part of us that craves validation and assurance. But discomfort is where growth happens. Each time you persist in the face of doubt or frustration, you expand your capacity for patience, discipline, and self-belief. These qualities are the building blocks of transformation, and they are forged in the moments when giving up feels like the easier option. There is a subtle yet powerful shift that occurs when you detach from the need for immediate results and focus instead on the process itself. This shift allows you to find satisfaction in the effort rather than the outcome. It's about falling in love with the journey of growth, recognizing that each step you take is valuable regardless of how far away the destination may seem. This mindset not only keeps you motivated, but also makes the process more enjoyable and fulfilling. The absence of immediate results is not a sign that your efforts are in vain. It is often a sign that something deeper is happening. True change is a gradual process, one that requires time to take root and flourish. By persisting, you give yourself the opportunity to experience the full depth and richness of transformation. The results may not come as quickly as you'd like, but when they do, they will be a reflection of the unwavering commitment and effort you invested along the way. Consistency rewires forming new neural pathways for success. The human brain is an extraordinary organ, constantly evolving and adapting in response to your thoughts, actions, and environment. This phenomenon, known as neuroplasticity, is the key to creating lasting change. Every thought you think, every habit you practice, and every choice you make shapes the structure of your brain. Over time, these repeated patterns carve out neural pathways, much like water gradually wears a path through rock. Consistency is the tool that ensures these pathways lead toward the outcomes you desire. When you decide to change, your brain initially faces a challenge, must override old habits and create space for new ones. This is no small task. Your existing habits and patterns are deeply ingrained, supported by a well-established neural network. These networks are efficient, allowing you to perform familiar tasks with minimal effort. However, they also act as barriers to change, pulling you back toward the status quo. This is where consistency comes into play. By repeating new behaviors and thoughts, you begin to weaken the old pathways while strengthening the new ones. The process of rewiring your brain starts with intention. Each time you consciously choose to act in alignment with your goals, you send a signal to your brain that this new behavior is important. At first, this may feel awkward or unnatural because your brain is used to following its established patterns. But with every repetition, the new pathway becomes more defined. Your brain starts to recognize this new behavior as familiar, and eventually it becomes automatic. This is the power of consistency. It transforms deliberate effort into second nature. Consistency also impacts your brain's chemistry. Each time you achieve even a small goal, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This release reinforces the new behavior, making you more likely to repeat it. Over time, this creates a positive feedback loop. The more consistent you are, the more rewards your brain experiences, and the more motivated you become to continue. This cycle accelerates the formation of new neural pathways, solidifying the changes you're working toward. The beauty of this process is that it doesn't require monumental effort. Small, consistent actions are enough to create significant change. For example, if you want to build confidence, consistently practicing self-affirming thoughts can rewire your brain to default to positivity instead of doubt. If you want to improve a skill, dedicating even a few minutes each day to focused practice can gradually reconfigure your brain to perform that skill more efficiently. These incremental changes may seem insignificant at first, but over time they add up to profound transformation. Your brain's ability to adapt and rewire is not limited by age or circumstance. Neuroplasticity is a lifelong process, which means it's never too late to create new pathways for success. However, the key to leveraging this adaptability is consistency. Sporadic effort is not enough to produce lasting change because the brain requires repetition to establish new connection. Think of it like learning a new language or instrument. Initial progress may be slow and challenging, but with consistent practice, your brain adapts and the task becomes easier and more natural. It's important to understand that rewiring your brain is not an overnight process. Just as it took time to establish your current habits and thought patterns, it takes time to create new ones. This is why persistence is essential. Each repetition, no matter how small, contributes to the restructuring of your brain. Even when progress seems invisible, trust that change is happening on a deeper level. The neural pathways you are building will eventually become strong enough to support the behaviors and beliefs you desire. Consistency also provides a sense of stability and direction. When you repeatedly engage in actions aligned with your goals, you create a roadmap for your brain to follow. This roadmap reduces the mental energy required to make decisions and helps you stay focused on what truly matters. Over time, this focus enhances your ability to resist distractions and overcome obstacles. Your brain becomes attuned to success, making it easier to maintain momentum even when challenges arise. Rewiring your brain through consistency is not just about achieving external goals, it's about becoming the person capable of sustaining those goals. The new neural pathways you create shape not only your actions, but also your identity. As your brain adapts to your consistent efforts, you begin to see yourself in a new light as someone who is capable, disciplined, and resilient. This shift in self-perception reinforces your commitment to the process, creating a cycle of growth and transformation. Consistency builds trust within yourself, empowering you to stay on course. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, including the relationship you have with yourself. Every time you commit to a course of action and follow through, you send a message to yourself that you are reliable, capable, and worthy of trust. This trust is not something you can buy or fake. It is earned through repeated, consistent actions that align with your values and intentions. When you build trust within yourself, you create a solid foundation for growth and resilience. You begin to rely on your ability to show up for yourself, even when circumstances are challenging or uncertain. This internal trust acts as a guiding force, helping you navigate difficult moments without succumbing to doubt or fear. Each time you follow through on a promise you've made to yourself, no matter how small, you reinforce the belief that you are someone who honors their commitments. This self-trust becomes especially important when pursuing long-term goals. The journey toward meaningful change is rarely smooth, and there will inevitably be moments when progress feels slow or obstacles appear insurmountable. In these times, the trust you've cultivated within yourself becomes your anchor. It reminds you that you've overcome challenges before and that you have the discipline and strength to stay the course. This belief in your own reliability fuels persistence, allowing you to push through difficulties without losing sight of your ultimate goal. Consistency also enhances your sense of control and autonomy. When you make a habit of following through on your commitments, you reinforce the idea that you are in charge of your own life. This sense of agency is empowering as it shifts your focus away from external circumstances and toward the actions within your control. Instead of feeling at the mercy of unpredictable events, you trust your ability to adapt and persevere. Over time, the trust you build within yourself spills over into other areas of your life. It strengthens your confidence, making it easier to take on new challenges or pursue ambitious goals. It also improves your relationships with others, as the integrity you cultivate in yourself sets a standard for how you engage with the world. Consistency becomes a reflection of your commitment to growth, allowing you to move forward with clarity and purpose, no matter the obstacles you face. Consistency amplifies self-discipline, enabling you to overcome distractions and temptations. Discipline is not an inherent trait, but a skill developed through repeated practice, and consistency is its most reliable teacher. Each time you choose to act in alignment with your goals, even when the easier option is to stray, you strengthen your ability to resist short-term temptations in favor of long-term rewards. Over time, this practice of self-discipline becomes second nature, allowing you to navigate distractions with greater ease and clarity. When you commit to consistent action, you create structure and predictability in your life. This structure helps reduce the mental strain of decision making as your habits become automatic and require less effort to maintain. For example, if you consistently dedicate time to exercise, study, or work toward a personal goal, it becomes part of your routine rather than a choice you must negotiate with yourself. This eliminates the need to battle internal resistance every time, conserving energy and reinforcing your commitment to the process. The process of overcoming distractions and temptations is not about perfection, but about persistence. There will inevitably be moments when you feel pulled away from your priorities, whether by external circumstances or internal doubt. However, consistency trains your mind to return to focus quickly. Each time you realign with your goals, you demonstrate to yourself that temporary setbacks do not define your journey. This resilience builds confidence and strengthens your ability to stay disciplined over time. Consistency also cultivates a sense of purpose and clarity. When you repeatedly engage in actions aligned with your values and aspirations, you create a powerful sense of direction. This clarity makes it easier to recognize and dismiss distractions for what they are: momentary detours that do not serve your greater vision. The more you practice consistency, the less appealing these distractions become, as your focus shifts toward the fulfillment and progress that disciplined action provides. As your self-discipline grows, you begin to experience the rewards of your consistency. These rewards, whether in the form of personal growth, improved skills, or tangible achievements, reinforce your commitment to the process. This positive reinforcement creates a cycle of motivation, making it increasingly easier to stay focused on what truly matters. Through consistent effort, you transform self-discipline from a challenge into a strength, empowering you to overcome distractions and temptations with confidence and resolve. Consistency transforms effort into momentum, creating an unstoppable force for growth. When you take deliberate and repeated action toward a goal, you build a kind of energy that compounds over time. This momentum begins as small, seemingly insignificant steps, but as you persist, those steps start to connect and build upon each other. What initially feels like slow progress gradually becomes a powerful forward motion that propels you toward your objectives with increasing ease and speed. Momentum is one of the most powerful results of consistency because it minimizes the resistance that often accompanies the beginning of any endeavor. Starting something new can feel daunting, as it requires significant effort to overcome inertia. However, with each action you take, you reduce the effort needed to keep going. It's like pushing a heavy wheel. At first, it takes all your strength to get it moving, but once it gains speed, it begins to turn with less force. This is the natural progression of consistency. The more you show up and do the work, the more the work begins to carry you forward. Consistency also creates a sense of rhythm and flow. By repeating actions over time, you develop habits that become ingrained in your daily life. These habits eliminate the need for constant decision making, allowing you to operate with greater efficiency and focus. When your actions become automatic, you free up mental and emotional energy to channel into higher level thinking and problem solving. This flow state enhances your productivity and makes the process of growth more enjoyable. Momentum also amplifies confidence. Each milestone you reach, no matter how small, reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed. This growing self-assurance fuels your motivation, encouraging you to take on bigger challenges and pursue more ambitious goals. As you continue to build momentum, setbacks and obstacles become less intimidating. You recognize them as temporary hurdles rather than insurmountable barriers, because you have the strength of your progress behind you. Through consistency, momentum becomes a self-sustaining force. The actions you take today create the foundation for tomorrow's success, and each subsequent effort builds upon the last. This accumulation of effort accelerates your growth, allowing you to achieve more than you initially thought possible. As momentum grows, it generates its own energy, carrying you forward with a sense of purpose and inevitability. It transforms your journey from one of struggle to one of progress, enabling you to move toward your goals with unwavering determination. Thank you.